Welcome back. The Arkham Knight modding community is genuinely one of the best in gaming. The talent here is unreal. So today I want to show off some of the best Arkham Knight mods, but with a twist. We're going to be focusing on the other playable characters, and where it makes sense, pairing them up with Batman to create some genuinely great suit combinations. Every mod shown will be linked down below, so without further ado, let's get right into the video. Starting us off, we have the animated series Robin, and oh, that looks cool. If you know anything about me or my preference in mods, you'll know I am a sucker for a cel-shaded suit even, not a cel-shaded suit. And this looks amazing. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, this thing looks badass. Lord above. We'll pair this up with Batman in just a second. But yeah, let's just appreciate this absolute beauty of a suit. I think, say, if you're a fan of the animated series, which I'm pretty sure most people watching this video will be, then this probably is a must download. This is absolutely gorgeous. And as I was saying before, all suits will be linked down below, both the Batman and Robin pairings, and obviously any other pairings we do in this video. We'll also put them in the pairings in the description so you can do as least thinking as possible when you download these, and you can just get right into the fun. This looks absolutely peak. I can't even lie. Okay, before we get killed by the militia here, let's go and pair him up with the animated series Batman suit and see exactly what he looks like with his mentor. Oh my god, that is beautiful. I've never actually seen these two together. I usually just kind of mix and match my pairings with whatever I've got on at the time, but this is oh, this is really cool, having like the cel-shaded looks on both of them. And there is actually another animated series look, which we'll get into right now, because I think it's probably a bit cooler. And so our next pairing is the realistic B-Task Batman and realistic B-Task Robin. And in terms of fitting in with Arkham, this is really cool. I mean, I know being maybe not lore accurate, but, you know, not wanting that animated look, but still wanting the animated series look is, you know, pretty high on some people's priority lists. I know it's high on mine, because sometimes, as much as I do like the cel-shaded skins, I still can't say that properly, sometimes you want the more realistic look, and this definitely serves that, because holy crap, this looks good. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Anyway, let's move away from B-Task and on to our next pairing. Next up on our Robin list, we have the Chris O'Donnell Batman and Robin suit, and this looks amazing. I have always been a big fan of the suit. Obviously, maybe not the movie. The movie, it's Batman and Robin. But this suit, I've always been a pretty big fan of, even though it does have the trademark bat nipples. But I just think this looks so badass, and this whole suit just works. I don't want to take away from Todd Howard here, but it does just work. It looks amazing. And obviously, if the pairing wasn't obvious enough, let's get into that pairing. And to absolutely nobody's surprise, the pairing is the Batman and Robin George Clooney suit, which, again, this is probably one of my favourite suits in the game. Maybe not overall, but definitely in this game. It just looks so clean. I mean, and when you pair it even with this Robin suit, you can't really go wrong, can you? I mean, again, say what you want about the film, but these suits look awesome. As does every suit ever in this game, apparently. I'm yet to see a bad one. Maybe I'm just looking in the wrong places. And let me know down below, actually, who you use or what suits you use when you're pairing Batman and Robin, or Batman and Nightwing, or even Batgirl and Robin in the Matter of Family DLC. I'd be really interested to know, because I might start using a couple of them, because I've really got into the whole tag team gameplay recently. I don't know why it's taken me this long to actually get into it and start playing with it in my own time, but it has, and I'm really enjoying it, and that kind of inspired this video. So without further ado, let's get into the next pairing. Next up, we have Arkham Evolved Robin. This is a look supposed to mimic the kind of how he would look if he were in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and apart from it being pretty accurate, it's also really cool. It takes all the best parts of both of Arkham City and, I believe, Arkham Knight's Robin design, It adds the hood, which I used to not be a big fan of, but I have to say has grown on me. It also gives him updated facial textures, and yeah, this suit just looks so cool as we've been tackled there. That was a great gameplay from me. But yeah, this suit it just works. And I think that's what makes a suit mod good, is if it works. And this, without a shadow of a doubt, definitely works. Anyway, let's go and see which Batman we're going to pair him up with. I'm sure to no one's surprise, we're going to pair him up with the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League Batman. And how cool did that look? The answer is very. It looked very cool. Again, both of the suits work together. They just look great. And the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League Batman, I believe, is one of the most downloaded suit mods for this game ever. So downloading a Robin to go with him kind of just makes sense in my eyes. I mean, if I didn't already have this suit, I'd be downloading it. Look at it. It's awesome. I'm not going to spend too much time on the Batman suit because I think everyone's pretty much seen it. Again, it's one of the, okay, they've just brutalized that guy. But this pairing just looks outrageous. Now, unfortunately for Catwoman fans, there aren't a huge amount of suits to choose from, certainly not ones that I can show on this video while still wanting to make some money from it, but seriously, this 2004 Catwoman suit is easily one of my favourites, and it's one I only discovered fairly recently. Again, it's cel-shaded, just look at it. It's beautiful. It's got the hood. It's got the giant ears. And you know what? I'm a fan of the giant ears. I quite like Catwoman's giant, goofy-looking ears. I think they're quite charming. But yeah, this is definitely one of the best Catwoman suits in the game. And again, the combination for it is pretty obvious. Because obviously you've got to pair 2004 Batman with 2004 Catwoman. I said that the wrong way around, but it still gets the point across. This suit is easily one of my favourites overall and in this game. Obviously, you have to use this in the Riddler missions, as you can't play as Batman and Catwoman simultaneously without them, but this looks pretty cool. And I think as a pairing on screen, they'd look even pretty cooler. Fortunately, I don't have a save file with the playable Riddler missions ready to go, but you can kind of get the idea. These two on screen together would look outrageous. Let's get into the next Catwoman pairing. Our next Catwoman suit is a pretty simple one, but one I think kind of just looks really good in this game. It's the Zoe Kravitz suit from the 2022 Batman film, and again, no prizes for guessing who we're going to pair this up with later on. But yeah, so this one's a pretty simple one, but I think if you've got the Robert Pattinson suit installed, it's important to have an accompanying Catwoman. Because again, I think in the main story with Riddler, this would look really cool. I thought those two enemies were going to attack. Okay, that one did. But yeah, this suit looks really good. I believe there's an unmasked version as well. If there is, again, that'll be in the description. If there isn't, then I'm sorry for lying, I suppose. But yeah, this looks really cool, and I am sure people know what the Robert Pattinson suit looks like by now, but we'll have that as a quick showcase. And it obviously would be a shame not to show the Batman 2022 suit. It's one of the best looking suits in the game. Even the Rocksteady version looks pretty good, but I think the screen accurate modded version just looks so much better. And I think if you're going to have to choose between them, I'd go for this one. That's my hint of the day. That's the only bit of knowledge I will ever impart onto you. But yeah, this looks really cool, and say pairing them up in the Riddler missions probably would look like something out of the Batman, now I'm thinking about it, with Riddler being the main villain in that. So without further ado, let's get in to another suit. Our first Nightwing suit is one which I hold pretty close to my heart because it just looks amazing and I use it a fair bit. It's the realistic New Batman Adventures Nightwing suit. I think this just fits really well with Arkham. I know Arkham tends to go for that more gritty look, but this kind of fits. I mean, it definitely doesn't fit as well as obviously some other suits in the game, but it fits pretty well, and I think this is definitely one, if you're a fan of the New Batman Adventures, I believe there is a cel-shaded version of this as well, so you can have that proper animated look if you so choose, but I think the realistic version just fits better with the world of Arkham, and I mean, what more is there to say? It looks amazing. And obviously we're going to pair the realistic New Batman Adventures Nightwing up with the realistic New Batman Adventures Batman, who, much like the animated series realistic suit, just fits so much better in with the world of Arkham, while still keeping that animated series look, and I think that's pretty badass. I mean, you know, if you can have the best of both worlds, why not? And I think these suits provide that. This is definitely one of my better... Or better? One of my favourite pairings in the game, and I use this a fair bit when I'm doing these Nightwing and Batman challenge maps where you can like do the tag team gameplay. It's definitely one of my favourites, and let's get in to the next suit. Thank you for finishing us off there, Batman. That was very well timed. Our next Nightwing suit comes courtesy of Night Fight Grayson, and this looks so badass. I think the Night Fight suit looks really good anyway, and in this game, it looks even better. Look at it. It's beautiful. And if you pair this with the Nightwing overhaul, which restores a ton of cut content for Nightwing, gives him the Disruptor, it just makes him basically as close to his Arkham City variant as possible, this just becomes, in my eyes, one of the best playable characters in the game. Nightwing definitely doesn't have a huge selection of unique suits. A lot of them are variations on a theme, which kind of makes sense because, you know, Nightwing's never... Not like Batman where he's got like a new suit for every outing, but I think definitely in terms of uniqueness, this is one of them, or one of the better ones for Nightwing. Let's try and avoid getting shot there. And the pairing for this one, I had to get a bit creative with because there isn't a Night Fight Bruce Wayne modded yet. However, what I've chosen, I think, kind of nearly gets to it, and let's get into that right now. So to pair up with the Night Fight Dick Grayson suit, I have actually picked Jorge Jimenez's 2025 Batman run suit, however, specifically the metallic version. Now, I don't know if that's a strange choice, or if there's a slightly better suit out there, but I just think the way the cowl looks, the symbol, and say the metallic kind of matches Nightwing's metallic symbol. I don't know, I think you could probably go for the base version of this suit, but I think the metallic version just looks so damn cool, and paired with that Nightwing suit, it looks even better, and I can't wait if and when until we get a proper Night Fight Bruce Wayne suit. But without further ado, and with that all being said, let's get in to the final Nightwing pairing. A final Nightwing suit I have actually showcased on the channel before, but I couldn't bring myself to leave it out. It's the Tom Taylor Nightwing suit. Now, there are 3 variants of this suit available to download. There's this one, there's a light blue one, which is this, but light blue, and then there's also the red one, which, again, is just this, but red. And I think this is probably one of my favourite Nightwing suits ever, question mark? It's definitely up there, and it's definitely up there in this game as one of the best looking Nightwing suits. And the pairing I've picked for this might surprise you, but I've tried to keep it sort of in that realistic comic booky look. He's still got the white eyes, he's still got the realistic facial model. So let me show you who I've decided to pair Tom Taylor's Nightwing up with. So I've decided to pair Tom Taylor's Nightwing with Under the Red Hood Batman. Now, I know that might seem a little bit strange, but I just think these two have the same vibe. They're both semi-realistic looking, aside from the white eyes, but who cares, right? The white eyes look cooler than normal eyes. And they still kind of carry the same look, and I think together these two look amazing. I really think this is probably one of the better combos in the game, especially because they aren't just like instantly paired up like the animated series suits with other animated series suits. And so yeah, this is definitely one of my favourite pairings in the game. I did go through a few choices. I didn't quite know which Batsuit to go for. There were definitely a few on the shortlist, but the Under the Red Hood suit for me just kind of works. It's a fine middle ground between the realism and the unrealism, and for me that's why it works so well. Let's get in to the final few characters and showcase some of their suits. The first Harley Quinn suit I wanted to showcase comes from my good friend the Archimist, and it's her morning look from the Harley Quinn's Revenge DLC in Batman Arkham City. This is one of my favourite Harley Quinn looks ever. I think it strikes that fine line between gritty, not going to say realism, but certainly gritty, and that comic booky Harley Quinn look we all know and love. And I just think this is one of her best looks ever. There is also, again from the Archimist, a normal Arkham City Harley Quinn if you're more into that look, but for me the morning look just looks so good. And the Archimist ported this over, and it, or he brought it over, should I say, it just looks amazing. It really does. This is one of my favourite ones, and I actually took screenshots for this one on the Nexus mods page. So if you do decide to download this one, you'll see a few of my photos on there, which I took with this suit, and that's really cool. So let's get into the next Harley Quinn suit. The final Harley Quinn suit I wanted to look at is her Assault on Arkham look, which maybe might not be the most outrageous Harley Quinn look ever, but I think it's definitely one of the cooler for Arkham fans, especially Arkham fans who've seen that movie, because although it is, I think, now rendered non-canon, it's pretty fun. It's a fun film, right? It's an Arkham Batman film, and this is Harley Quinn's look from it, and I think all things being considered, this looks pretty cool. I don't really have any complaints with this. It kind of pays homage back to her classic looks with the Jester's hat. It's got very, very low-cut pants there, by the way. But I think overall, it looks really good. And so let's get in to the final set of characters, starting off with Jason Todd. Jason Todd suits, we have the Red Knight, which combines the Red Hood and the Arkham Knight, hence the name. And this is definitely one of my favourite Red Hood suits in the game, because I am a massive fan of the Arkham Knight's character design. I think it looks so good, and to have that combined with the Jason Todd Red Hood look from this game, it just looks outrageous. It's also got two more versions with it. There's a blue and black version, I want to say, and then a version with the brown jacket which Red Hood wears, so you can get kind of that closer to the comics Red Hood look, or closer to an Under the Red Hood look, or whatever you want it to be, really. But this just looks so good, and I think it kind of works. Like, it's not, you know, it's not like a perfect canonical, oh yes, he became the Red Knight after, but I can kind of see it. It kind of works, and again, combined with this blood mod, it just turns an already brutal Jason Todd into something worse altogether. But let's get in to the next one. Our second Red Hood suit brings us to the 0 Year look, which, again, it's classic Red Hood. It's exactly what I think of when I think of Red Hood. And this one also has two versions. One version has the blank looking shirt on, and the other version has the version with the Red Hood suit symbol on underneath his jacket. So minimal changes there, but both equally as badass. Because say, this to me, this is Red Hood. When I think of Red Hood, this is the look I think of, and I think this is just such an iconic look for the character, to the point where you kind of have to download it. So the first suit I wanted to look at for Batgirl, or I guess now Batwoman, is just that. It's Kate Kane Batwoman, and this is probably my most used alternate Batgirl suit. It baffles me, again, how this never made it into the main game. I feel like this was an absolute layup in terms of, you know, easy DLC. I would have paid £3 for this back in 2017 or 2016 or whenever it would have come out. This looks outrageous, but again, thanks to the power of modding, we don't have to pay anything for it, and it's here, and it is beautiful. I love how shiny it is. That, I know that I sound like a magpie, but I love how shiny it is. I just think that's so cool. The cape looks so nice. Again, it's got that sort of pointy, jagged look to it, which I really enjoy. And overall, this is definitely one of the better alternate Batgirl suits in the game. And finally, finishing out the Batgirl segment before we get into our final character, Azrael, we have Batgirl's Nightwatch suit. This is probably my favourite Batgirl suit that's actually Barbara Gordon. I mean, this is Batgirl to me. The purple cape, the yellow symbol, the kind of holster thingy-majiggy on the leg. I just think this looks so damn good. And yeah, this is 100% worth downloading if you're a fan of Gotham Knights, because I know there's a pretty big community of people still playing Gotham Knights, which is really cool, because I think that game's actually quite good. But anyway, we're not talking about Gotham Knights here. We're talking about this suit, which, as you can see here, I mean, what more could you want? Again, this to me, it's a bit like the Red Hood skin from earlier. This is Batgirl to me. This is what Batgirl should look like, does look like. So without further ado, there's not much more to say on this. Let's get in to Azrael. Pause, that sounded weird. Let's get on to Azrael's skins. Obviously, I couldn't do this video without looking at a Nightfall suit, and I believe this is the cel-shaded version. So there are quite a few versions of this, and obviously, because it's one of the most iconic suits ever, But this one in particular is the cel-shaded version, or at least the more comic-accurate version. And it just... yeah, I mean, again, I still can't say cel-shaded suits. Cel-shaded suits, we'll just call them cel-shaded, we'll give into the bit, why not? Cel-shaded suits are, again, my weakness. I think they're so cool. You'll probably never hear me say anything bad about a cel-shaded suit, especially not one that looks this damn good. Nightwing, Azrael does have a few cool optional suits, but again, not many that change the game up too much. Again, a bit like Batman, he hasn't had unlike Batman, he hasn't had a huge host of recognisable alternate suits that people have kind of latched onto. And that is a bit of a shame, so I think Azrael's probably one of the cooler looking characters in general in Batman's mythos. But the suits he does have, they're pretty damn cool, so let's get into them right now. And the final suit for Azrael to see us off here is the Phantasm from Mask of the Phantasm. And I think this is... yeah, Mask of the Phantasm is one of the best bits of Batman media ever. It's definitely in the top 10. It is absolute peak. And I think the Phantasm, as a character, should be utilised more. I know it's kind of a one-trick pony with, you know, the twist and everything, but I think the Phantasm in general has such a cool design. And to be able to play as the Phantasm or with a Phantasm suit, as Azrael and also Batman, because there are 2 skins, once again, for Azrael and one for Batman, it's so cool. It's so unbelievably cool. To finish us out, I think it would only be right if the Phantasm met the realistic BTAS suit. This looks so fucking cool. Oh, Man-Bat's there. Oh, hell yes. This looks amazing. Again, all of the suits in this video will be linked down below, and the ones that had the pairings will be linked within their pairing, if that makes sense. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think of these mods and any more that you think I should showcase in a future video. I'll see you next time, and as always, goodbye.